Brilliance Audio.
Crazy to Leave You by Marilyn Simon Rothstein. Performed by Dara Rosenberg. Chapter 1. Diets consumed me. I was either on my way up or on my way down the scale. I called my family with news of my engagement and launched my pre-wedding diet plan. It was a Saturday. I had never kicked off a diet on any day but a Monday. I had never started one in the middle of a day. Early that morning, Eric David Farkas had gotten down on his khaki-clad knee and asked me to marry him. At the time, we were floating, buoyant in a red and white hot air balloon. He said he would have brought the ring, but he had it taken in to be reset. I couldn't have cared less about a ring. Only Eric was of interest to me. We sipped champagne from real crystal glasses. We ate strawberries dipped in white chocolate. We marveled at the world below. Everything that happened in the hot air balloon was more romantic than I had dared to dream, and I had done a lot of dreaming. I held a record among my friends I could have done without. I was the last to marry. Upon descent, I was flabbergasted to find Eric's parents, Myrna and Short Stanley, on the ground, gunning to take over, specifically with the wedding. My future mother-in-law was a retired event planner. No one mentioned she was a dictator. I had ideas, expressed and repressed, about the big day, the venue, the music, the menu, the time of year. However, Eric acquiesced to his mother, whose idea of an unpretentious, small, informal gathering was the annual fashion gala attended by A-list celebrities at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The wedding had to happen at Temple Sons of Abraham, their longtime place of worship, scene of Eric's over-the-top bar mitzvah and his parents' wedding during the Reagan years. Myrna had contacted the synagogue already. There had been a cancellation. We could hold our wedding on a Sunday in March, dreariest month of the year. The best I could hope for was black ice. The worst? A snowstorm that made it impossible for anyone to attend. Forget the month, Lauren, and the venue. Get married and start living your life. From then on, I dieted, surviving on 4 organic egg whites for breakfast, green salad, no dressing for lunch. Dinner time, I had a 6-ounce fillet of salmon, illegally on my tiny terrace overlooking a schoolyard in Manhattan. I searched 5 states for 6 months, looking for the perfect wedding gown. I was so full of pride to finally fit into a size 12. I would have worn the tag down the aisle instead of the actual dress. On my wedding day, I waited, breathless, in the bridal quarters of Temple Sons of Abraham. The suite was elaborate, the square footage of a studio co-op in the city or a living room anywhere else. An uneasy bottle-blonde waitress in a tuxedo delivered smoked salmon cucumber bites, tuna tartare cones, brie pear pecan lollipops, Perrier and Prosecco to me, personally, as 200 black tie optional guests were welcomed at a spirited, booze-infused gathering at the rotunda of the synagogue. I was euphoric, buzzing in my dazzling wedding gown, white satin and lace, a backless A-line with long tapered sleeves. I am 5'8" and choose silver high heels, making me the height of my intended. I preferred a natural look, a touch of makeup on my fair skin, neutral shadow, a bit of mascara on my dark brown eyes, beach waves of long chestnut hair, a sheer floor-length veil. The bridal bouquet was a cascading cluster of white roses, peonies, hydrangea. My best friends were with me, in teal. Teal was the color of the season. Everything was teal. We had ordered the strapless dresses, similar but not identical, from Francesca Dare's bridal. Although a sign in the fitting room said tailoring was included, Francesca attempted to charge us for alterations. Weddings are one con after another. My longtime hairstylist tacked on a day of the wedding surcharge. I should have lied. Told Angel I was the keynote speaker at an advertising conference that afternoon. Kate Kaufman, my best friend from summer camp, handed me a gift box with Lauren written in big letters, as though she might forget it was for me. It was the 5-speed Ultra Deluxe Femme Discreet G-Spot vibrator. On the slim carton was a cover girl, maybe 16 in real life. She was ecstatic in a see-through negligee. Also, there were directions.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?